Have you ever wondered just how far we can see into the universe? How far back in time can we peer to uncover the mysteries of the cosmos? The universe is vast, and every new discovery helps us understand it just a little bit more. But here's the big question. What if we could observe galaxies that formed just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang? Imagine what secrets they could reveal. Today, we're diving into the discovery of the most distant galaxy ever found and exploring how far we can actually see. Ready to join the cosmic journey? Let's go! Introduction to Cosmic Exploration. When we gaze up at the night sky, it's hard not to wonder about the vastness of the universe. How far does it really go? And what mysteries lie beyond the stars we see with the naked eye? These are the kinds of questions that drive astronomers and space enthusiasts alike to explore the cosmos. Over the centuries, our understanding of the universe has evolved significantly, thanks to groundbreaking technological advancements and the courage to venture into the unknown. In the early days of space exploration, the ability to view distant galaxies was limited by the tools available to astronomers. Telescopes allowed us to look deeper into space than ever before, but the farther we looked, the more we realized how much we were still missing. That all began to change with the advent of space telescopes like Hubble. Hubble gave us unprecedented views of the universe, showing us galaxies that were millions, even billions of light years away. Yet even Hubble's extraordinary capabilities were still bound by the limits of the visible light spectrum. But what if we could see beyond visible light? What if we could look at the universe as it existed in its infancy, just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang? With the launch of the James Webb Space Telescope, this possibility became a reality. Webb's infrared capabilities allow us to peer further into space and further back in time than any telescope before it. Thanks to Webb, astronomers have discovered a galaxy so distant that it has completely transformed our understanding of the early universe. But what exactly does this discovery mean? How far can we really see, and what can it tell us about the birth of galaxies? Let's dive into this groundbreaking exploration of the most distant galaxy ever discovered. The role of the James Webb Space Telescope. Imagine being able to see something no one else has ever seen before. That's exactly what the James Webb Space Telescope enables scientists to do. Launched on December 25, 2021, JWST has quickly become one of the most powerful and influential tools in the history of astronomy. Unlike the Hubble Space Telescope, which primarily observes invisible light, Webb is equipped to observe infrared light, a type of light that is invisible to the human eye. Infrared observations are crucial for studying distant objects in the universe because, as light travels across the vast expanse of space, it stretches out due to the expansion of the universe. This stretching causes light to shift to longer wavelengths, which we detect as infrared light. Essentially, the farther away a galaxy is, the more its light has been stretched, making it visible only in the infrared spectrum. That's where Webb comes in. Thanks to its cutting-edge instruments, the JWST is able to capture infrared light with an unprecedented level of detail. One of Webb's primary missions was to look deeper into the universe than ever before, and to study the very first galaxies that formed after the Big Bang. This is a critical task because understanding the birth and evolution of galaxies is key to understanding the origins of the universe itself. The JWST's ability to see through cosmic dust and gas allows it to provide a clearer picture of the earliest galaxies, which were previously invisible or difficult to study. By observing these galaxies, astronomers can unlock the secrets of how stars and galaxies came together in the early universe, offering new insights into the conditions that led to the creation of the cosmos as we know it. Webb's findings are already shaking up our understanding of the universe's evolution, and one discovery in particular has captured the attention of scientists and space enthusiasts around the world. But what exactly did they find? Let's take a closer look. Discovery of JADES-GS-z14-0. In May 2024, astronomers using the James Webb Space Telescope made a groundbreaking discovery that would change the way we view the universe. They identified a galaxy named JADES-GS-z14-0, located at a staggering redshift of 14.32. But what does that mean? Well, the redshift of a galaxy tells us how far away it is and how much its light has stretched as it traveled across space. A higher redshift indicates a galaxy that existed closer to the beginning of the universe, meaning JADES-GS-z14-0 is one of the most distant galaxies ever observed. At a distance of around 13.5 billion light-years from Earth, JADES-GS-z14-0 is located in a time just under 300 million years after the Big Bang. This is an incredibly important finding because it provides a glimpse into the earliest stages of the universe, when galaxies were first beginning to form and evolve. To put this into perspective, if we were looking at Earth from this distant galaxy, we would be seeing our planet as it was just a few million years after life began to emerge. The discovery of JADES-GS-z14-0 pushes the limits of what we thought was possible. It challenges the existing models of galaxy formation, suggesting that galaxies were able to form and evolve much faster than previously anticipated. The early universe was a chaotic place full of energy, gas, and radiation, yet somehow in this tumultuous environment, galaxies like JADES-GS-z14-0 were able to emerge. The fact that we can observe such an ancient galaxy is a testament to the power of modern technology, and it raises important questions about how galaxies formed in the first few hundred million years after the Big Bang. What does this mean for our understanding of the universe's infancy, and how much further can we see? These are just some of the exciting questions this discovery raises. Characteristics of JADES-GS-z14-0. When scientists first observed JADES-GS-z14-0, they were amazed by its size, brightness, and activity. Three characteristics that make this galaxy truly remarkable. Despite its extreme distance, JADES-GS-z14-0 appears to be quite luminous, meaning it emits an incredible amount of light for its age. This is particularly significant because galaxies in the early universe were expected to be much smaller and dimmer, especially in comparison to the massive mature galaxies we observe today. So, how is this galaxy so bright? The answer lies in the rapid rate of star formation within the galaxy. Spectroscopic data gathered by the JWST reveals that JADES-GS-z14-0 is actively producing stars, and this star formation process is likely responsible for its high luminosity. The fact that this galaxy is so active in its star formation so soon after the Big Bang challenges current models of how galaxies evolve. It suggests that galaxies in the early universe may have formed and matured much faster than we previously thought. Another fascinating characteristic of JADES-GS-z14-0 is its size. The galaxy spans over 1,600 light-years across, which is a significant size for a galaxy so young. This large size further challenges our understanding of how galaxies grow and evolve in the early stages of the universe. Astronomers expected early galaxies to be smaller and less structured, but JADES-GS-z14-0 bucks that trend. Its size and activity make it a valuable object of study for astronomers who are trying to piece together the story of galaxy formation. Additionally, the galaxy's composition is of great interest to researchers. Observations of JADES-GS-z14-0 have revealed the presence of key elements like hydrogen and oxygen, which are essential ingredients for star formation. These findings provide critical insights into the processes that fueled the creation of the first stars and galaxies. By studying galaxies like JADES-GS-z14-0, astronomers are beginning to build a clearer picture of the early universe and how the first stars and galaxies came to be. It's discoveries like this that push the boundaries of human knowledge and open up new avenues for exploration. What more can we learn from galaxies like JADES-GS-z14-0? The future of cosmic exploration looks incredibly exciting. Implications for cosmology. The discovery of JADES-GS-z14-0 offers more than just a fascinating glimpse into a distant galaxy. It holds profound implications for our understanding of cosmology, the study of the universe's origin, structure, and evolution. As we peer deeper into the cosmos, we're not just uncovering more galaxies, but we're uncovering the very processes that shaped the universe in its infancy. JADES-GS-z14-0, located a mere 300 million years after the Big Bang, provides critical insights into the early universe when stars and galaxies were first forming in the chaotic environment that followed the Big Bang. This discovery is crucial for understanding a period in the universe's history known as the Cosmic Dawn, the time when the first stars lit up the universe, pushing back the darkness of the cosmic dark ages. The light from these early stars helped to ionize hydrogen gas and set the stage for the formation of more complex structures like galaxies, black holes, and even planets. JADES-GS-z14-0, with its high star formation rate and abundant luminous activity, serves as a cosmic time capsule from this pivotal moment in the universe's evolution. Moreover, this galaxy challenges our models of galaxy formation. Until now, scientists believed that galaxies in the early universe would be much smaller and less developed, but JADES-GS-z14-0's surprising size and brightness suggests that galaxies might have formed much faster and more efficiently than we previously thought. This could alter our understanding of how galaxies evolve over time and may prompt astronomers to reconsider theories about the conditions required for galaxy formation in the early universe. As we continue to observe galaxies like JADES-GS-z14-0, we may uncover even more surprises that will reshape the way we think about the birth and growth of galaxies across the cosmos. Future prospects. The discovery of JADES-GS-z14-0 is just the beginning of an exciting new chapter in cosmic exploration. With the James Webb Space Telescope continuing its mission, astronomers are poised to uncover even more distant galaxies, pushing the boundaries of our knowledge further than ever before. While JADES-GS-z14-0 holds the current record as the most distant galaxy ever observed, there's no telling how much farther we can look into the universe's past. The future of astronomy is incredibly bright thanks to the capabilities of Webb and other upcoming space missions. Webb's infrared instruments have allowed scientists to see galaxies from a time long before our solar system even existed. And these observations are not only helping us learn about the universe's origins, but also providing clues about its future. As we gather more data on galaxies like JADES-GS-z14-0, we'll continue to refine our understanding of the universe's history, including the formation of stars, galaxies, and black holes. The implications of these discoveries go far beyond the early universe. They also hold the key to understanding how galaxies evolve over billions of years, which will help us predict the future of our own galaxy, the Milky Way. In the coming years, astronomers expect to discover even more galaxies that existed during the universe's early stages, revealing new secrets about the formation of cosmic structures and the evolution of the universe itself. As technology improves and our tools become even more advanced, the quest to understand the universe's earliest epochs will only accelerate. With each new discovery, we take one step closer to understanding how the universe came to be, how it evolved, and where it's headed in the future. The most distant galaxies are not just objects of fascination. They are keys to unlocking the mysteries of the cosmos, and the journey to uncover them is just beginning. Thanks for tuning in to InnoVision Tech. We've just scratched the surface of the universe's deepest mysteries, but there's so much more to discover. What do you think? How far do you believe we can see into space? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this journey with us. Subscribe for more fascinating tech and space discoveries, and stay tuned for the next adventure. Until then, keep exploring the infinite possibilities. Did you know that during the dark moon phase, the moon's position between the Earth and Sun causes the night sky to become the darkest? The new moon is the most mysterious phase of the lunar cycle, completely hidden but, just bursting with cosmic energy. Did you know this phase also triggers the highest tides, reshaping coastlines and stirring marine life? It's kind of a cosmic reminder, true power often hides in the unseen. In the darkest night, the brightest possibilities are born. So, are you ready to embrace the invisible? What is a new moon? Well, the new moon is one of the most intriguing phases of the lunar cycle, often wrapped in mystery because it completely disappears from our night sky. Unlike the bright, glowing full moon, the new moon is invisible to the naked eye. This happens because the moon is positioned directly between the Earth and the Sun, so the side facing us just isn't illuminated by sunlight. Instead, we're looking at the moon's dark side, hidden in shadow. This phase marks the beginning of a new lunar cycle and lasts for about a day, but honestly, its significance goes beyond mere darkness. The new moon acts as a sort of cosmic reset button, a moment when the moon's light temporarily fades, inviting us to pause, reflect, and set new intentions. Even though it's invisible, the new moon influences many natural phenomena, including ocean tides, thanks to its gravitational pull. Culturally, the new moon has inspired rituals and symbolism across civilizations representing fresh starts and renewal. Understanding the new moon really helps us appreciate the subtle cosmic dance between Earth, the moon, and the sun that shapes our natural world. It reminds us how even unseen forces can have profound effects, connecting us to the rhythms of the universe. And for those who enjoy stargazing, the new moon also offers the perfect dark sky to explore celestial wonders. making this phase both scientifically and spiritually significant. Why is the new moon dark? Well, the reason the new moon appears dark is all about alignment and perspective. When the moon is between the Earth and the sun, the sunlight hits the side of the moon facing away from us, leaving the side we see in complete shadow. That's why the moon seems to vanish during this phase. It's not that the moon has disappeared, it's just that the sunlit part is facing away from Earth. This alignment also means the moon rises and sets roughly at the same time as the sun, making it basically impossible to spot in the night sky. The darkness of the new moon is just a natural consequence of this celestial positioning. Interestingly, this phase is the only time when the moon's reflected light doesn't brighten the night, creating the darkest skies of the month. This absence of moonlight has important effects on both nature and human activities, from the behavior of nocturnal animals to the clarity of the stars above. The new moon's darkness is a powerful reminder of how perspective shapes what we see in the universe. The new moon and tides. Now that's a fascinating connection. The new moon doesn't just affect the night sky, it has a powerful influence on Earth's tides. When the moon is new, it aligns perfectly with the sun and Earth, creating what scientists call spring tides. These tides aren't about the season but about the strength of the gravitational pull. During a new moon, the combined gravitational forces of the sun and the moon pull the ocean's water in the same direction, causing higher high tides and lower low tides. This leads to more extreme tidal ranges, which can really impact coastal ecosystems and human activities near the shore. Fishermen, sailors, and beachgoers have long noticed these changes, even if they didn't quite understand the science behind them. The new moon's gravitational effect reaches far beyond just water. It subtly influences the Earth's crust and atmosphere, making it a key player in our planet's natural rhythms. This tidal dance is a reminder of how interconnected our world is with the movements of celestial bodies, even when the moon itself is hidden from view. Cultural and historical significance. Across the globe, the new moon has held a special place in human culture and history. Long before modern science explained the lunar cycle, people observed the new moon as a symbol of new beginnings and mystery. Many ancient calendars, including those of the Chinese, Hebrew, and Islamic traditions, are based on the lunar cycle, marking months from one new moon to the next. Rituals and festivals often coincide with this phase, celebrating renewal, planting, or spiritual reflection. In some cultures, the new moon is considered a powerful time for setting intentions or performing ceremonies to invite growth and change. Myths and legends also surround the new moon, portraying it as a time when the veil between worlds is thin, or when hidden forces are at work. This cultural richness adds layers of meaning to the new moon's darkness, transforming it from a simple astronomical event into a profound symbol of transformation and hope. The new moon's influence on human life shows how deeply we are connected to the cycles of nature, even in the darkest moments. New moon and nighttime darkness. Darkness has a way of transforming the night, and during the new moon, this transformation reaches its peak. Without the moon's glow, the night becomes profoundly dark, creating an environment that profoundly affects both nature and human life. Nocturnal animals, those creatures adapted to thrive in the night, experience a different world during the new moon. Predators may find it easier to hunt while prey animals become more cautious, relying on other senses to survive. For humans, the absence of moonlight changes how we experience the night. Stars shine brighter and the sky feels vast and mysterious. This darkness also influences human behavior and activities. In ancient times, people planned their schedules around the moon's light, and today astronomers take advantage of these moonless nights to observe the cosmos with greater clarity. The new moon's darkness is more than just an absence of light. It's a powerful force that shapes the rhythms of life after sunset. The new moon's role in astronomy. The new moon is a stargazer's best friend because its darkness creates the perfect conditions for observing the night sky. Normally, the moon's brightness washes out faint stars and distant galaxies, making it difficult to see these celestial wonders. However, during the new moon, when the moon is hidden from view, the sky becomes a clear, dark canvas ideal for astronomy. This phase offers an excellent opportunity to spot shooting stars, distant planets, and the shimmering band of the Milky Way. Professional observatories plan their most sensitive observations around the new moon to avoid interference from moonlight, maximizing the clarity of their data. The new moon also provides a unique chance to witness rare celestial events, such as meteor showers or faint comets, which might otherwise be obscured by the moon's glow. The absence of moonlight during the new moon opens a window to the universe, inviting both amateur and professional astronomers to explore beyond our planet and deepen our connection with the cosmos. This phase reminds us that sometimes, the absence of something, like the moon's light, can reveal the most extraordinary sights in the night sky, making the new moon an essential moment for anyone fascinated by the stars. New moon and human psychology. The new moon has long been associated with mysterious shifts in human mood and behavior, sparking curiosity and debate among scientists and believers alike. Some studies suggest that the darkness of the new moon may influence sleep patterns, allowing some people to rest more deeply without the interference of moonlight. This absence of lunar illumination could create an environment conducive to better sleep for certain individuals. Beyond sleep, many believe the new moon's energy encourages introspection and calm, fostering emotional shifts toward quiet reflection. While scientific evidence remains mixed and inconclusive, the idea that lunar phases impact human psychology persists across cultures and generations. People often report feeling different during the new moon, experiencing subtle mood changes or heightened intuition. This enduring connection between the moon's cycle and our inner world highlights how deeply intertwined humans are with natural rhythms, even when those rhythms are invisible to the eye. The new moon's darkness symbolizes a time for turning inward, aligning with cycles of renewal and personal growth. Whether these effects are psychological, cultural, or a combination of both, the new moon continues to inspire fascination and a sense of mystery about our relationship with the cosmos. New moon in astrology. In astrology, the new moon symbolizes fresh starts and new possibilities, making it an ideal time to set intentions and plant seeds for future goals. Astrologers view this phase as a moment that supports personal growth by encouraging reflection and careful planning. Unlike the full moon, which represents culmination and release, the new moon invites quiet contemplation and the excitement of beginnings. Many people use the new moon to journal, meditate, or perform rituals aimed at manifesting their desires. This phase is seen as a powerful opportunity to reset and refocus, offering a spiritual dimension to the lunar cycle's darkness. The energy of the new moon is believed to foster hope and potential, making it a time to embrace change and envision what lies ahead. Whether or not one follows astrology, the concept of the new moon as a moment for renewal can be a meaningful tool for personal development. It encourages pausing to reflect on goals, realign priorities, and approach life with intention. This perspective transforms the new moon from a simple celestial event into a symbol of empowerment and transformation, inspiring individuals to harness its energy for growth and positive change. Scientific mysteries and theories. The new moon, while a familiar phase in the lunar cycle, continues to intrigue scientists with mysteries beyond its visible darkness. Its subtle gravitational forces influence Earth's environment in ways still under investigation. Primarily, the moon's gravity causes tides by pulling on Earth's oceans and atmosphere, creating bulges that result in high and low tides twice daily. However, researchers are exploring whether these gravitational effects extend further, potentially affecting atmospheric pressure and seismic activity. Some theories propose that the new moon's gravitational alignment might trigger minor earthquakes or volcanic activity, though current evidence remains inconclusive. Additionally, the absence of moonlight during the new moon phase has ecological implications, especially in remote or protected areas where artificial light pollution is minimal. This darkness affects nocturnal animal behavior and ecosystem dynamics, prompting ongoing studies into how lunar light cycles influence biological processes. The new moon's impact on plant growth and nutrient cycles is also a subject of multidisciplinary research, linking lunar phases to natural and agricultural systems. These investigations highlight that the new moon is more than a simple lunar phase. It is a complex phenomenon with layered effects on Earth's physical and biological systems. The darkness of the new moon holds secrets that challenge our understanding and inspire continued curiosity about the intricate connections between celestial events and life on Earth. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the mysteries of the new moon. If you enjoyed uncovering these cosmic secrets, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell icon, so you never miss an InnoVision Tech video. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What fascinates you most about the new moon? Drop a comment below and share your ideas or questions. Stay curious and keep looking up. Antarctica's ice is melting faster than ever, losing about 136 billion tons each year, enough to fill millions of Olympic-sized swimming pools. This massive loss isn't just a distant problem, it's reshaping our planet right now. What if all of that ice suddenly vanished? The consequences would be staggering, from flooding coastal cities to disrupting global climate systems. Did you know that the last few years have seen Antarctic sea ice reach some of its lowest levels on record, signaling how rapidly this change is accelerating? Massive sea level rise. The melting of all Antarctica's ice would unleash one of the most dramatic transformations our planet has ever faced. Global sea levels would surge by an astonishing 58 meters, enough to swallow entire coastal cities and reshape continents. Imagine New York, London, or Tokyo submerged underwater, forcing millions to abandon their homes and seek refuge far inland. This isn't just a distant nightmare, it's a chain reaction that would ripple across the globe. The sudden flood of fresh water into the oceans would disrupt critical ocean currents like the Gulf Stream, which regulate climate in Europe and North America. Without these currents, weather patterns would become wildly unpredictable, triggering severe storms, prolonged droughts, and shifting ecosystems. The loss of Antarctic ice would also mean the disappearance of habitats for unique wildlife such as penguins and seals, pushing many species toward extinction. On top of that, vast amounts of trapped greenhouse gases like methane could be released, accelerating global warming in a dangerous feedback loop. Economically, the damage would be staggering. Ports, infrastructure, and industries along coastlines would face ruin, costing trillions worldwide. The ocean's altered salinity would disrupt marine life and fisheries, threatening food supplies for millions. Even Earth's rotation and tilt could subtly shift due to the redistribution of mass, influencing day length and climate. The human toll would be immense, with mass migrations and geopolitical tensions over shrinking habitable land. Antarctica's role as a carbon sink would vanish, worsening climate change, while geological shifts might trigger earthquakes as the land rebounds from lost ice weight. This scenario reveals how deeply interconnected our planet's systems are, and how fragile our future could be if Antarctica's ice were to vanish. Global climate disruption. The sudden melting of Antarctica's ice wouldn't just raise sea levels, it would throw the entire global climate system into chaos. Ocean currents, like the Gulf Stream, act as Earth's climate conveyor belts, distributing heat from the tropics to the poles and regulating weather worldwide. When massive amounts of fresh water from melting ice flood into the oceans, these currents slow down or even shut off. This disruption could cause Europe to experience harsher winters despite global warming, while parts of Africa and Asia might suffer from severe droughts. Hurricanes and typhoons could become more intense and unpredictable, wreaking havoc on vulnerable communities. The balance of heat and moisture in the atmosphere would be shattered, triggering extreme weather events across continents. This sudden shift could also destabilize the polar jet stream, causing prolonged heat waves or cold spells in unexpected places. The ripple effects would extend beyond just weather. Agriculture, water supplies, and ecosystems would all feel the strain. Crops might fail due to unpredictable rainfall, and freshwater resources could dwindle or become contaminated. The interconnectedness of our climate means that what happens in Antarctica doesn't stay in Antarctica. It's a stark reminder that the planet's delicate systems depend on balance, and tipping that balance could lead to a cascade of consequences that affect every corner of the globe. Understanding this helps us see why protecting Antarctica's ice isn't just about preserving a remote continent, it's about safeguarding the climate stability that billions of people rely on every day. Loss of habitat. Antarctica's ice is home to some of the most extraordinary wildlife on Earth, and its sudden disappearance would be devastating for these creatures. Penguins, seals, and countless microscopic organisms depend on the frozen landscape for breeding, feeding, and shelter. Without the ice, these animals would lose their habitats almost overnight. Penguins, for example, rely on sea ice to rest and raise their young, and seals use it as a safe platform away from predators. The loss of ice would force these species to migrate or adapt quickly, but many may not survive the rapid changes. This disruption would ripple through the food chain, affecting predators and prey alike. The disappearance of Antarctic ice would also impact marine ecosystems, as the cold, nutrient-rich waters around the continent support a vast array of life, from krill to whales. Krill, tiny shrimp-like creatures, are a crucial food source for many Antarctic animals, and their populations depend on the ice for breeding grounds. Without ice, krill numbers would plummet, threatening the survival of species that rely on them. This ecological collapse would not only affect Antarctica, but could have global consequences, as many migratory species depend on these waters for part of their life cycles. The sudden loss of ice is more than just a local environmental disaster. It's a blow to biodiversity that echoes around the planet, reminding us how interconnected life is and how vulnerable it becomes when key habitats vanish. Release of methane and carbon. One of the most alarming consequences of Antarctica's ice melting is the release of trapped greenhouse gases, particularly methane and carbon dioxide. For thousands of years, these gases have been locked beneath the ice and in the frozen soil known as permafrost. As the ice melts, these gases escape into the atmosphere, acting like a powerful amplifier for global warming. Methane, in particular, is over 25 times more potent than carbon dioxide in trapping heat, meaning even small releases can have a huge impact on the planet's temperature. This creates a dangerous feedback loop. Warming melts ice, releasing greenhouse gases, which then cause more warming and more melting. Scientists warn that this could accelerate climate change far beyond current predictions, making it harder to control rising temperatures. The sudden release of these gases could lead to more extreme weather, rising seas, and irreversible damage to ecosystems. It's a stark reminder that Antarctica isn't just a frozen wasteland, it's a critical regulator of Earth's climate. Losing its ice means losing a natural barrier that has kept greenhouse gases in check for millennia. This feedback loop highlights the urgency of addressing climate change before these hidden threats are unleashed, pushing the planet into a hotter, more unstable future. Economic impact. The economic fallout from Antarctica's ice melting would be nothing short of catastrophic. Coastal cities around the world are hubs of commerce, industry, and culture, and a sea level rise of nearly 60 meters would submerge many of them entirely. Ports, airports, factories, and homes would be lost, disrupting global trade and supply chains. The cost of rebuilding infrastructure inland would be astronomical, running into trillions of dollars, and many economies would struggle to recover. Insurance industries would collapse under the weight of claims, and governments would face unprecedented challenges in managing disaster relief and relocation efforts. Beyond infrastructure, entire industries like fishing and tourism would suffer as marine ecosystems collapse and popular destinations disappear underwater. The displacement of hundreds of millions of people would create humanitarian crises, with mass migrations putting pressure on resources and social systems far from the coasts. This economic ripple effect would touch every corner of the globe, highlighting how deeply interconnected human societies are with the natural world. The melting of Antarctica's ice isn't just an environmental issue, it's a looming economic disaster that could reshape the global order and test humanity's resilience like never before. Freshwater redistribution. The sudden influx of freshwater from Antarctica's melting ice would dramatically change the salinity of the world's oceans, with far-reaching consequences for marine life. Ocean salinity plays a crucial role in regulating the density and circulation of seawater, which in turn affects nutrient distribution and marine ecosystems. When vast amounts of fresh water dilute the saltiness of the oceans, it disrupts these delicate balances. Many marine species, from tiny plankton to large fish, rely on stable salinity levels to survive and reproduce. Changes in salinity can alter breeding cycles, migration patterns, and food availability, threatening the survival of countless species. Fisheries that millions depend on for food and livelihoods would face severe declines, impacting global food security. Coral reefs, already vulnerable to warming waters, could suffer further stress from altered salinity, leading to bleaching and loss of biodiversity. This shift in ocean chemistry would ripple through the entire marine food web, affecting not only sea creatures but also human communities that rely on the ocean's resources. The melting of Antarctic ice isn't just a local event, it's a global disruption that threatens the health and balance of our planet's oceans and the life they support. Changes in Earth's rotation. So, the redistribution of Antarctica's massive ice mass into the oceans wouldn't just raise sea levels, it could, subtly alter Earth's rotation and tilt. When such a huge amount of weight is removed from the continent and spread across the oceans, the planet's balance actually shifts. This process, called polar wander, means the Earth's axis could move slightly, changing the way the planet spins. Even small changes in Earth's rotation can affect day length by just milliseconds and influence climate patterns globally. Over time, these shifts could lead to changes in seasons, weather intensity, and the distribution of sunlight across the planet. While these effects might seem minor at first, they add another layer of complexity to the already chaotic climate impacts caused by melting ice. This subtle wobble of the planet reminds us that Earth's systems are deeply interconnected. What happens in one place can ripple through the entire globe, affecting everything from the length of our days to the climate zones where plants and animals thrive. Understanding these changes helps us appreciate the full scope of consequences that Antarctica's ice melt could unleash. Impact on human migration. The massive rise in sea levels caused by Antarctica's melting ice would trigger one of the largest human migrations in history. Coastal cities, home to billions, would become uninhabitable, forcing people to move inland or to higher ground. This mass displacement would create enormous humanitarian challenges, including shortages of food, clean water, and shelter. Governments would face the daunting task of relocating millions, often across borders, which could spark geopolitical tensions and conflicts over resources and territory. Infrastructure in safer areas would be overwhelmed, and social systems strained beyond their limits. The cultural and economic fabric of many communities would be torn apart, as people lose their homes, jobs, and ways of life. This migration wouldn't be a slow process. It could happen rapidly, leaving little time for preparation. The world would need unprecedented cooperation and planning to manage this crisis, highlighting how the melting of Antarctica's ice is not just an environmental issue, but a profound social and political challenge that could reshape human civilization. Antarctica's role in carbon storage lost. Antarctica plays a crucial role as a carbon sink, locking away vast amounts of carbon dioxide beneath its ice sheets. If all the ice were to melt, this natural storage system would be lost, releasing stored carbon back into the atmosphere. This would significantly worsen the already critical levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide, accelerating global warming even further. The continent's ice acts like a giant freezer, keeping greenhouse gases trapped and preventing them from fueling climate change. Losing this function means the planet would lose a vital ally in the fight against rising temperatures. The increase in carbon dioxide would amplify the greenhouse effect, leading to hotter temperatures, more extreme weather, and faster ice melt worldwide. This loss of Antarctica's carbon storage capacity highlights how interconnected Earth's systems are, and how the melting of one region can have cascading effects on the global climate. Protecting Antarctica's ice isn't just about preserving a frozen wilderness. It's about maintaining a critical balance that supports life across the planet. Long-term geological effects. The sudden loss of Antarctica's ice would trigger significant long-term geological changes, reshaping the continent itself. The immense weight of the ice sheets currently presses down on the land, causing it to compress. When this weight is removed, the land begins to slowly rise in a process known as isostatic rebound or glacial isostatic adjustment. This uplift can cause earthquakes and volcanic activity as the Earth's crust adjusts to the change. Over thousands of years, this rebound could alter coastlines and local geography, creating new landscapes where ice once dominated. These geological shifts add complexity to Antarctica's fragile environment, impacting ecosystems and potentially human activities. Interestingly, the land beneath Antarctica could rise by up to nearly a kilometer in some areas once the ice is gone. This process also influences sea levels locally and globally as the rising land changes water distribution. The rebound effect reminds us that Antarctica's ice is not just a frozen mass, but a dynamic force shaping the very ground beneath it. Understanding these long-term consequences helps us grasp the full impact of losing Antarctica's ice, not only for today but for many generations to come. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the incredible impact of Antarctica's ice melting. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on the latest tech and science insights, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss an update from InnoVision Tech. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and tell us what surprised you the most or what topics you want us to explore next. Together, let's keep exploring the future of technology and our changing planet. What if the universe ends tomorrow? No warning, no time to prepare, just gone. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? But here's the crazy part. Scientists actually have theories about how the universe could meet its ultimate fate, from a slow, icy death to a sudden cosmic collapse or even a reality-shattering event that happens instantly. These aren't just wild guesses, they're backed by physics. And the scariest part? Some of them could happen without us ever seeing it coming. So what's the truth? Let's dive into the ultimate doomsday theories and find out how everything we know could end. The Big Freeze. Alright, picture this. You're walking outside one night and for some reason the stars look dimmer. Not just one or two, all of them. The sky feels colder, emptier. Now what if I told you that this is exactly how the universe might end? Not with a bang, not with destruction, but with a slow, agonizing freeze. Scientists call it the Big Freeze or heat death, and honestly it's one of the scariest ways for the universe to go. Right now, our universe is expanding. Galaxies are moving away from each other like people trying to avoid an awkward conversation. But the problem? They never stop moving. Ever. The farther they go, the colder everything becomes. Stars will die, galaxies will vanish, and black holes will eventually evaporate, leaving behind a vast, empty, frozen void. Imagine the last star in the universe, flickering like a dying candle. No more warmth, no more light. Just eternal, infinite darkness. Even atoms might stop vibrating, meaning time itself could just stop. Forever. But here's the real kicker. This isn't something that happens in an instant. It's a slow, inevitable process that would take trillions upon trillions of years. So, if you're worried about waking up tomorrow to an ice-cold void of nothingness, don't be. We still have time, for now. The Big Rip. Okay, imagine you're holding a piece of paper. Now, slowly, tear it in half. Now again, and again, until there's nothing left. Now, apply that same concept to the entire universe, except instead of paper, it's planets, stars, galaxies, even atoms. Welcome to the Big Rip, a theory that suggests one terrifying possibility. Dark energy could one day become so powerful that it overcomes everything. Gravity, nuclear forces, even the very fabric of space itself. Right now, dark energy is this mysterious force making the universe expand faster and faster. But what if that acceleration keeps increasing? What if, in a distant future, galaxies are torn from each other? Then solar systems? Then planets? Eventually, even your body would be stretched and ripped apart, atom by atom. And the worst part, scientists estimate that if the Big Rip is real, it would happen in a sudden, unstoppable chain reaction. First, galaxies separate. Then, black holes dissolve. Then, planets and moons start drifting away, until in the final moments, boom! Space-time itself is shredded, and the universe as we know it ceases to exist. So, while we might be safe for billions of years, if this theory turns out to be true, well, let's just say we won't see it coming. The Big Crunch. Alright, let's flip the script. What if, instead of expanding forever, the universe suddenly decided to reverse? Imagine watching a movie of the Big Bang, but in reverse. Galaxies stop moving outward and start falling back toward each other. Space itself shrinks. Stars collide. The entire universe begins to implode under its own gravity. This is the terrifying possibility of the Big Crunch. At first, it wouldn't be noticeable. The cosmos is vast, and these changes would happen over billions of years. But eventually things would get weird. Galaxies would merge in violent collisions, black holes would devour everything in sight, and temperatures would skyrocket as matter condensed. Now, picture the very last moments. Everything, stars, planets, dust, even light itself, squeezed into an unimaginable singularity. A point so dense, so hot that the laws of physics completely break down. Sound familiar? Yep. This singularity would look exactly like the one that started the Big Bang. Which raises the question, what if this isn't the first time it's happened? What if the universe doesn't just end, but resets? The Big Bounce theory suggests that once the universe collapses, another Big Bang could ignite a new beginning. A fresh universe with new galaxies, new planets, maybe even new versions of us. So is the Big Crunch the end of everything or just a cosmic reboot? We don't know. But if history really does repeat itself, the universe may be stuck in an endless loop of birth, death, and rebirth. Kind of poetic, isn't it? Vacuum decay. Alright, this one is pure nightmare fuel. Unlike the Big Freeze or the Big Crunch where the universe takes billions of years to die, this could happen at any moment, without warning. Let me introduce you to vacuum decay, or as some physicists like to call it, the Big Slurp. Sounds funny, right? Yeah, not when you realize what it means. Right now our universe exists in what's called a false vacuum, kind of like standing on thin ice. It feels stable, but beneath us, there might be something more fundamental, something more real. If a quantum fluctuation or some bizarre high-energy event were to trigger a shift, a tiny bubble of true vacuum could form. And guess what? That bubble would expand at the speed of light. You wouldn't see it coming, you wouldn't feel it, it would just happen. 1 second the universe is here. The next, gone. The laws of physics would change instantly. Atoms would stop being atoms. Time and space would cease to exist as we know them. It sounds like sci-fi, but this isn't some horror movie plot, it's actual science. Some physicists believe that if the universe is truly in a false vacuum state, then vacuum decay is inevitable. The only good news? If it happens, we wouldn't have time to process it. No suffering, no pain, just poof. So, will we wake up tomorrow and find out the universe has been rewritten? Probably not, but the possibility alone is enough to keep some scientists awake at night. Sleep well. the big bounce. Alright, let's think outside the box for a second. What if the universe never really ends? What if, instead of collapsing into nothingness or freezing over, it just bounces back? Imagine a giant cosmic heartbeat, expanding, collapsing, expanding again. This is what scientists call the big bounce. It all starts with a big crunch, where everything gets pulled back together, condensed into a singularity. But instead of staying trapped, something triggers another big bang, a new universe bursting into existence, repeating the cycle all over again. And here's where things get really crazy. What if every new universe is just slightly different? Maybe in one version the laws of physics are the same, but galaxies form in completely different places. Maybe in another, the speed of light is different or gravity is stronger. And maybe, just maybe, there's another version of you out there living a completely different life. This theory makes the universe feel less like a one-time event and more like an eternal process. The end? It's just the start of something new, over and over again. And if that's true, then maybe this isn't the first time we've had this conversation. Maybe in some past version of the universe you've already heard this before. And maybe, just maybe, you'll hear it again. The role of dark energy. Okay, now let's talk about the real mystery here, dark energy. If the universe's fate is a movie, dark energy is the director. We can't see it, we don't fully understand it, but it's shaping everything. And depending on what dark energy really is, it could decide which of these doomsday endings actually happens. Right now, dark energy makes up about 68% of the entire universe. It's like a force that's pushing everything apart, making space expand faster and faster. But here's the scary part. We have no idea what it is. Is it a constant force? Will it get stronger? Or could it suddenly change? If dark energy stays constant, the universe might just expand forever, leading us straight into the big freeze. And if it gets stronger, we might be headed for the big rip, where space itself is torn apart. But if it weakens, gravity could take over again, pulling everything back for a big crunch. And here's something even crazier. What if dark energy isn't just controlling this universe, but all universes? Some scientists think that dark energy could be linked to the multiverse, meaning that whatever happens to our universe is just a tiny piece of something much, much bigger. So, will dark energy let the universe drift into an icy grave, rip it apart, or start the cycle all over again? The truth is, we don't know. But one thing's for sure, dark energy is the key to everything. So, is the universe destined for a slow freeze, a violent collapse, or something even stranger? The truth is, we may never know until it happens. But one thing's for sure, the cosmos is full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled. If you love exploring the mind-blowing possibilities of science in the future, make sure to subscribe to InnoVision Tech for more deep dives into the unknown. What do you think will be the universe's ultimate fate? Let's discuss in the comments.